Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Happy Monday. We'll look at 2 Samuel chapter 11, verses 1 through 5 this week. Um, I hope you had a great worship, but also amazing Father's Day. The story starts in spring, and that might sound like a small detail, but it's a very important detail because spring was a time when kings went out to war. The roads were dry, the rivers were low, and armies could move easily. Every king knew this. Of course, King David knew it very well. After all, he had built his reputation, his name, by winning battles in seasons like this. So when spring came, Joab and the army went out to fight. But the Bible tells us, but David stayed home in his palace. And that detail is so important because before we think about the roof or the woman bathing, we need to notice this: David was not where he was supposed to be. One evening, David is on the roof of his palace and looking over the city, and he sees Bathsheba bathing. He sends for her. He sleeps with her. By end of the chapter, she's pregnant, and David spends a long time trying to cover up what he did that night. It sounds fast, one look, one choice, one night, but this didn't really start that evening. It started long before David walked onto that roof. There were already cracks in his life. The first crack is this: David had taken many wives, like people collect things. He thought each one would make him feel satisfied. None of them did. And that's what happens when our desires are not focused on God. They don't feel us, they just make us want more. The second crack: David was very successful. Israel was at peace. No one was attacking him. And this is where people often get it wrong. We think danger comes when life is hard. But often danger comes when life is easy. That's when we stop asking God for help. We start trusting ourselves instead of God. That spring, David wasn't seeking God. He was relying on his past success. And the third crack is clear in the Bible. Kings were supposed to go out to war in spring. David sent others and stayed home. He had nowhere he needed to be and nothing he needed to do. And a person with nothing to do often starts looking for something to fill the time. And when you put these together, Bathsheba was not a sudden mistake. She was a result of cracks that had been growing for a very long time. Apostle Paul writes in the book of Ephesians, be very careful how you live. Live wisely, not foolishly. Make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. This is not just about one bad choice in the future. It's about small cracks forming right now in places we are not paying attention to. You see, maybe that crack is a relationship you've stopped paying attention because nothing bad has happened yet. Maybe your life is going pretty well and you slowly stop praying because you feel like you don't need God anymore. You can handle it, you're in control. Maybe it's just empty time that you keep filling with whatever is easiest. You don't fix this by trying really hard in the moment when temptation comes. You see, you fix it by checking your life now while the crack is still small. And if you read this story and think, that's not me, I'm fine, I'm not like David, my friends, take a moment to think again. David didn't think anything was wrong either. His life had gone well for so long that he stopped checking. The most dangerous problem is the one you stop looking at because it hasn't caused trouble yet. But David didn't stay broken forever. Later, he wrote, the sacrifice God wants is a broken spirit and a humble heart. He learned the hard way what happens when you ignore the cracks. But he also learned what to do when everything falls apart and when his brokenness is revealed and it spills over. You bring your heart to God just as it is. You don't hide it. You don't try to fix it first. You come to him broken. Psalm 51:17 says, the sacrifice you desire is a broken spirit. You will not reject a broken and repentant heart, O God. So, my friends, this morning, come to him with such heart. He's waiting for you. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.